Hey, what's up? This is Benji from SavorMyLife.com, and today we're talking about social drinking. Just kind of a quick introduction. We're not going to get into too many details, but enough to get started with it if it's something that you haven't really ventured into yet. Why should you care about social drinking? Or, in other words, mixed drinks. A lot of people drink beer or wine, and beer or wine are both great, but there's a whole new world of flavors and different experiences you can have when you start getting into mixed drinks. And of course, everybody wants to impress their friends. So if you know what you're doing with mixed drinks, it's not hard. Some general terminology. If you order something on the rocks, that means you have it with ice. If you have it neat, that's no ice. If you want it chilled, that's shaken over ice to make it cold and then poured into a glass without ice. And then mixers, which we'll get into here in a minute, are liquids that are poured along with the alcohol to make it taste better. If you order a double of something, it's twice the alcohol, but the same amount of mixers, so there's obviously more alcohol content in there, and it's stronger. If you get something like rail vodka, a rail alcohol, it's the cheapest tier. It's actually down usually on the rail near where the bartender's hands are. So they call it rail alcohol. So that's rail vodka or rail gin, something like that. Top shelf alcohol is the highest tier of alcohol, and that's the most expensive as well. And then one shot is 1 ounce of a particular liquor. Again, this is not all the terms associated with mixed drinks, but it's at least enough to get you started. Common mixers, this is stuff you can put in with alcohol to make it taste better. You have tonic and soda, different kinds of juices, different kinds of actual soft drinks, sodas. Red Bull, people have been putting that in a lot over the last few years. And sour mix, which goes into something like a margarita, that sort of thing. I learned all this. I was a bartender for a short while a few years ago and learned a lot about alcohol. So it's a great way to do it, by the way. If you want a crash course, you can go to bartending school, or you can actually just become a bartender and learn a lot about alcohol in a short while, about mixed drinks. So some different types. Start out with vodka. Make that out of grains, such as rye or wheat, or you can make it out of potatoes. And popular brands, you've probably heard of at least some of these: Absolute, Grey Goose, Stoli, Sky. And some good mixes are vodka tonic, a White Russian. If you've ever seen the Big Lebowski, that's what he drinks a lot, is White Russians, also known as a Caucasian. Or a screwdriver, which has orange juice in it. Another type is rum, and that's made from fermented sugar cane or molasses. Some popular brands include Bacardi, Captain Morgan, Malibu, Cruzan. And mixes include mojitos, which are made with limes, a Cuba Libre, which is a rum and coke that has a lime wedge in it. If you've ever seen the movie Cocktail, he kind of hammers him on that one. And also hurricanes, which are associated with New Orleans. And be careful with those hurricanes. They're pretty powerful. Gin. You make it by distilling grains, and it's flavored with juniper berries. Popular brands include Bombay, Tanqueray, and Seagram's, as just a few. Some common mixes are martinis. That's one of the most common. And then you also have Gibson, which is gin with an onion in it. Whiskey. It's made out of fermented grain mash. That's a whole other topic altogether. Some variations include Scotch, which has to come from Scotland. There's actually a law you can't produce it anywhere else. And bourbon as well, which is made in Kentucky. Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Jameson, Knob Creek. And you make whiskey sours and Jack and Coke. We have tequila, made out of agave plants in Mexico. Cuervo, Patron, 1800, Sauza. And you can make tequila sunrise and margaritas. That's the most popular. So final tips: it's a complex world. Try different things. Start slowly. Go easy. View it as food. Enjoy it that way. Stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. And always make sure you have a safe ride home. That's it. This is Benji Portnoy from SavorMyLife.com. Talk to you soon.